Let's take a look at another code example. Here we can see the pattern we saw earlier. We have an if statement that returns true in some situations and returns false in other situations. Although in the previous example, we have an else statement and the return false was inside the else block. However, here we doesn't. The presence or the existence of the else statement actually is not essential. What matters is that we need an if statement, return true in some situations and false in other situations. Also, in fact, the functionality of this code is exactly the same as when we had an explicit else statement. Here we call this the second block as an implicit else. And that's like when we have a return statement that comes right after a block of if statement that has a return itself. To make sure that the functionality of this code is exactly similar to the pattern that we had earlier, let me walk you through the execution of the code.
The program checks whether word starts with A or not. When this condition is true, the program returns true.
In other scenarios, when the word does not start with A, it returns false.
Okay, so when word starts with A, the program returns true, and when it does not start with A, when this condition is false, the program returns false. However, this code is not perfect yet, and that's because of this explicit comparison with true, equal to true. We should remove it because it's some sort of repeated code. This condition, word start with A, will evaluate either to true or false. So we don't need to compare true with true. So I'll go ahead and remove that. Okay, much better. Now I want to quickly mention that instead of equal to true, we can also have equal to false, like this example. So what happens is that when the word starts with A, this condition will be true. Would true be equal to false? No. Therefore, the program returns false. So when word starts with A, the program returns false. And when the word does not start with A, so when this condition is false, then false would be equal to false and the program would return true. So we should again remove and get rid of that equal to false, and instead of returning the condition, this time we return the negation of the condition. So when the word does not start with A, the program returns true, and when it starts with A, the program returns false.